If you've ever sat in front of your TV thinking, why does this sound so thin? You're not imagining it. TVs have gotten thinner and more beautiful, and their speakers have paid the price for it. There's simply no room in a sleek panel for drivers that can carry a movie's bass or a song's soundstage the way it was meant to be heard. So the real question isn't whether you need an upgrade, it's which upgrade actually fits your room, your habits, and your budget. Let's break down soundbars versus full home theater systems and figure out exactly where you land. Let's start with the soundbar, because for most people, this is where the journey begins. A soundbar sits below your TV and replaces those weak built-in speakers with something dramatically more capable. More drivers, more power, and usually a wireless subwoofer handling the bass on its own. A lot of today's bars, like the Sonos Arc Ultra or Samsung's HWQ990F, even ship with wireless rear speakers, so you get real surround sound without a single wire crossing your floor. Most of them support Dolby Atmos now too, and some fold in upward-firing drivers that bounce height effects off your ceiling. What really sold me on how far this category has come, though, is something like the Ultimea Skywave X50. It's not chasing flagship pricing, but it still gives you a genuine 5.1.4 layout, dual 5 GHz wireless transmission for the subwoofer and satellites, and bass that goes down to 28 Hz through its own tuning. That's the kind of spec sheet that used to belong exclusively to systems twice the price. Where a soundbar earns its place is simplicity. Not everyone wants to think about speaker placement or matching components. If you want to plug it in and be done in 20 minutes, that's exactly the world a soundbar is built for. And if you're in an apartment or a smaller room, a full separate system might genuinely be more than the space calls for. Pricing here ranges anywhere from around $200 for something like Sonos Ray, up to well over $1,000 for the flagship packages. And honestly, the mid-range is where most people should be shopping. Now let's talk about the other end of this, a proper home theater system. This means a receiver paired with dedicated speakers, front, left, and right, a center channel for dialogue, surrounds, and a subwoofer, all working together. This is genuinely what movies are mixed for. When a sound mixer builds a film's audio, they're building it for speakers in front of you, beside you, behind you, and above you. And a separate system is the only way to actually hear it the way it was intended. Dialogue clarity is usually the first thing people notice. A real center channel with a proper woofer and tweeter reproduces the human voice in a way no slim cabinet can match. Where the line blurs. But here's where the line has genuinely started to blur, and this is worth paying attention to. Systems like the Ultimea Skywave X70 sit in this strange, exciting middle ground. On paper, it's still a soundbar, but functionally, it behaves like a compact home theater rig. A full 7.1.4 layout, 10 drivers across the main bar, a discrete 10-inch subwoofer, and 2 satellite speakers that charge and move independently around your room. Delivers a similar sense of scale and height without the tangle of a receiver or the cost of running separate speaker cable through your walls. If you've been holding off on a full theater build because of the wiring and the footprint, this is the kind of system that closes that gap in a way that genuinely wasn't possible even a couple of years ago. That said, a receiver-based system still has one major advantage. It's modular. You can start with a receiver, front speakers, and a center channel, then add a subwoofer, surrounds, or ceiling speakers whenever your budget allows. You're not locked into one box. And if music is just as important to you as movies, a pair of good powered speakers from brands like KEF or Focal connected straight to your TV over HDMI can outperform almost any soundbar for stereo separation and instrument placement, even if you give up the overhead atmosphere effects. Room size is the first filter. Anything over roughly 200 to 250 square feet tends to favor a separate system, while smaller rooms are usually better served by a soundbar or something in that X50 to X70 middle tier. Budget is the second filter. You can build a solid entry-level receiver setup for under $2,000 now, but a system like the Skywave X70 gets you a genuine 7.1.4 experience for well under $1,000, which changes the math for a lot of people. And setup effort is the third. Receivers reward you for getting placement and room correction right, while the wireless app-controlled systems are built so you barely have to think about it. Honestly, there's no wrong answer here, only the wrong system for your room. If you want zero friction and still want real Atmos immersion, the newer wireless systems have closed the gap further than most people realize. If you want the full cinema-grade experience and don't mind building it piece by piece, a receiver and speakers are still unmatched. Either way, once you've heard what real speakers can do compared to your TV's built-in ones, there's genuinely no going back. That was all. Thanks for watching. Let us know in the comments which one you are preferring, and if you found it helpful, give it a like and subscribe for more videos.